Well, good morning, viewers, and welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And today is Sunday. Boys, the Sundays just seem to be flying by. And it doesn't take long to get a week past, that's for sure. And today is the Sunday fireside afternoon chat. But, like it has been for the last while, it's been done in the morning, and we obviously don't have a fire on. It's a nice day here today. It's a little bit of high cloud, I guess, here and there, but a little bit of the haze on, I guess, too. Sky's not as blue as it could be, I guess. Anyway, it's going to be a warm one today. And the next few days, apparently, are supposed to be warm. So the trailer job is pretty well done up, other than doing a paint job, but that's not going to be until next year. So, and I didn't even use it this week. I was kind of hoping to, but the weather didn't cooperate either, I guess. But hopefully next week I'll get back to wood cutting or dragging wood home. The Hurricane Fiona wood has to come here for me to burn this winter. So that's got to get dragged home. So I got to decide as to which is the more needed to be done. Is cut wood or drag wood home. That's what I got to do. So might do a bit of both next week or this week coming. Anyway, so so I got to drag wood home, and we have to fill this spot up over here. If any of you that have been here before have seen me do this here, so any of you that have not been here before, this is where I store my wood for the winter. And I fill up this area. It comes out 3 rows, and then I fill this area here right over to those 2 pieces of wood there and go right to the ceiling. And that gives me about 2 cord, I think, is what I remember. So the wood that's in here now is the stuff that was outside from last year. So I put that in there. It's not top grade wood, I guess, in some people's minds, but as far as I'm concerned, it all burns. So that will get burnt probably next into March and April by the time I get to it. So the wood, so you can see here, there's a row of wood there, then there's another row here, and then there's another row that comes out of just past that last 2x4 and goes right to the ceiling. And then 2 rows deep here on this wall. And I might as well go outside and show you that out there. So I am going to take wood home for that too. This is the just in case pile. If I do happen to burn everything, I do have some wood that I store out here. I store wood up against that wall there, and some of you have seen that before too, but the new viewers may not have seen that. So, and I can get if I go from the ground up to the eave and over to the window, 1 row, I believe it's a cord that I can get sitting there. I think. I can't remember now. I remember I measured it one time, but I think it's a cord. Anyway, the painter was here, as you can see. He was done last week, so I got all the white done. So I got to get myself in gear to try and do some of the gray. I don't know where I'm going to find time to do that, because I got a lot of wood to cut too yet. And time is running out. Here we are, the middle of July. We can have reasonable weather up until about the middle of October, maybe. Pretty well reasonable weather right to the middle of September, and then from then on it can be iffy. And by the time you get to November 1st, well, you've pretty well had it. You might get the odd day here and there. That's nice. So we're going to continue on here with our Sunday afternoon in the morning fireside with no fire chat. And things will get back to sort of normal, I guess, once we get into the middle to the end of September. We'll be starting to have fires again and be needing heat a bit. And all the tractors are all content and haven't done anything basically at all other than cut grass. I cut grass with this Massey Ferguson 7 here this past week, or this week I guess. And this one hasn't moved since July 1st when they were out on display with their flags. Still haven't fixed the Massey Ferguson 12 yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. And for the new viewers that don't know, I'm having ignition troubles. The solid state ignition is going, I believe. It would probably start and run today, but it did quit on me here a couple of weeks ago, and it took a while for it to restart. And that's what happens to those coils. Well, that coil is where? It should be around here somewhere in this junk. Junk. All kind of junk. I guess it got stored away somewhere, so. Anyway, it's a common problem with those. But then again, you know, the things are 50 years old, so I guess you really can't say nothing, that's for sure. Update on some of the other stuff here. This tractor needs a battery, but I'm not going to bother putting one in until the winter because it only gets used in the winter, this tractor now. And this one, I was having trouble with belt problems. And I still don't know if I have it fixed or not, but I chewed up a belt there a couple of weeks ago, so I got another belt. And I chewed that one up. So I got another belt on the seat there. But the way you're supposed to adjust these is by that spring down here. It's supposed to have an air gap between the coils of 1/8 of an inch. Well, my thinking is that when I do adjust it to that, I find, you know, you just grab this belt here to move everything. It's awfully hard to move. So I got thinking maybe it's adjusted. You know, it's 50-year-old tractor, so everything is wore out. But I got thinking maybe it was adjusted too tight, and that's what was causing the belt to flip. So after a little experimentation the other day, I decided to go back to not having any distance in them coils. And I haven't tried it since, so I may do that today because the grass does need cutting. But that's what happened. She flipped it here the other day on me. Yeah, the belt will turn over when the bottom side of the belt is pointed out. Is what goes on. So when I was adjusting it here the other day and I was moving it by hand here, and I had the belt on the right way, I was moving it along and all of a sudden it flipped. right up top here. So I said, okay, so I lessened the tension and tried it again, and it seems to be all right. So I'm not sure if that's what the trouble was or not. The other thing I did different here a few weeks ago, these lift arms here were longer, and they were coming up when you lifted the deck and hitting on here. So I don't know why that is. Something must have been changed over the years with engine or something. But so then I did the same thing on the other side. I cut off the lift arm here. It was above here, and it was hitting on this. So now the deck lifts higher, which is a good thing, but at one point I thought, well, maybe that's what's causing the belt to flip, which I still don't know, but I will try it. When I get it outside today, maybe I'll run it and just kind of watch the belt and see what happens. But I'm kind of thinking I'm leaning more towards the being too tight. Anyway, thing worked great all along, then all of a sudden I started having this trouble. So I don't know. That's just the way it goes, I guess. Anyway, this tractor's got to go to my son's place soon, so I want to hook up the hydraulic splitter to those two ports and turn on the rear hydraulic PTO so I can use the splitter. So within the next month or so, it's going to have to go over to my son's place. And we made a little bit of room yesterday at my son's place. We got the little toy. It's not a toy. Well, I guess it's a toy. A pool table, anyway. Just a small table, not a full-size pool table. Somebody gave it to him years ago, and they kind of used it a bit, but nobody seems to want to use it anymore, so it was kind of just in the way. So we took it down to my sister-in-law's place, and yeah, I was pretty well done in after doing that. Anyway, not good for an old fellow like me lifting stuff upstairs. So anyway, that's the story on this tractor, and we got the story on that one. This one just doesn't do anything, so this one cuts the grass. It's working pretty good now. Deck, nobody or the new subscribers wouldn't realize what I have done to that deck to make it work so nice as it does, and it's working wonderful. I don't think it's ever been so quiet or smooth ever since we got the tractor 19 years ago. And that tractor is a 1971. Anyway, all the parts, of course, wore out, so it's hard to keep stuff like that running real good when the stuff is worn out and you can't get new stuff, so you have to come up with different ways to fix it, I guess, if you can. And the John Deere is a 1970. I might as well go through those numbers. This case here is a 1982. And this Massey Ferguson here is a 1976. This case tractor here is a 1975. And this tractor here is about a... This is Dave from RCAF Polar Express. This is his favorite tractor because it's got a cab on it. This tractor was built between 77 and 83, and I don't know the exact year of it because the serial plate number is gone off of it. So I call it a 1980. So that's it for dates on those. Okay, so we'll move right along here. Let's get to the weather, I suppose. Yeah. I need to do the weather. I kind of got rambling on there, didn't I? So today, right at the moment, we're at 21 degrees Celsius and 69 Fahrenheit. Wind is west-southwest at 11 miles an hour, so there's not a whole lot of breeze. So today we're supposed to get to 29 degrees and chance of showers. I kind of think that's over with. And Monday is 29, Tuesday is 31, Wednesday is 29. Cooling off a bit and some showers on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, sun and cloud and a reasonable temperature, 25 or 26. So our heat warning is on for today. And they're saying 29 to 31 degrees Celsius today. And humidex is 36 to 39 degrees Celsius. So that is, I think that is 97 degrees Fahrenheit, what 36 Celsius turns into in Fahrenheit. 97 degrees and 39 Celsius is 102 Fahrenheit. So it's a little bit warm here today. That's great. I just keep thinking about February and I don't mind the heat. All right, so what else are we going to talk about today? Again, I don't have any notes or anything. I was going to do that, and of course I forgot. What else am I going to do? Son needs a battery for his Ford 1210 compact tractor. So I found this battery here that it came out of Frankie, which we sometimes call Grunt. Another garden tractor, an LGT 100 Ford. It's a 1972. And it's over at my son's place. So I thought I'd charge this battery up here, and then I'm going to do a load test on it just to see if it's any good. Now, I don't know if I'm doing these load tests right, and I don't know if I had the right machine even. This is only a 100 amp load tester, and I think what you're supposed to do is use a load tester that's half of the cold cranking amps, so you'd almost really need a 300 amp load tester. But anyway, this kind of gives me an idea whether things are good or bad, and it seems to work all right. So we're going to do that today. I don't know if I can set you up somewhere to see that or not. I don't know. Just hang on a second. I'll shut you off and I'll see if I can get it set up here. All right, I kind of got you set up here. I don't know if you can see everything or not, but I got to hold this for 10 seconds. And sometimes I hold it for 15, but anyway. I'm going to turn on the timer on my phone here. And because I can't press that and press this at the exact same time, I'll go to, let's say, 5 or 10 seconds and then pull the switch on and then go for 10 seconds. And we'll see what we got here. Hopefully you can see the needle on this gauge here. All right, here we go. I'll get to 5 seconds and then I'll turn her on. I'll go 15 seconds. Well, it's not a wonderful battery, but it may do to start the tractor for the summer. It got to 10 volts, so she's kind of, yeah, not great, but not real bad, in my mind anyway. So we'll use it while we can and get whatever we can out of it. That's what we normally do. That's what I do with everything. Use it until it is absolutely not usable again. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, I try to use up stuff or reuse, and that's why I have so much junk around here. Is I always seem to find something that I can use to fix something, because you have to with this old stuff, because you just can't go to the store and buy stuff for it. So anyway, there we go. There's a little something for us. Now, what else did I do this past week? Well, I got that thing out. So I wanted to do a little something. I wanted to etch on glass. So I bought some tools at Princess Auto, just cheap tools. Bits, I guess you'd call them. Yeah, they're there. I think, yeah. Just them things there. And used my Dremel drill, and I used it on the slowest setting at 8,000 RPM. And I did end up able to etch into the glass, so that may be something that you'll see in an upcoming video. I might post that. Let's see how things go. Anyway, it was kind of interesting to do, and what I did was, it didn't turn out that perfect by any means, and I've never done that ever before, etching on glass. So, and anyway, I made a little something, though. We'll see how that fares out. So now the next thing is I got a blowout in my boot here. Look at that. And poor old boots. I've been fixing them old boots up now for a while. I've done a couple of videos, or one video I know on fixing it up, so. Wore out boot. Anyway, I've been using the shoe glue to fix them up so I can use them. They're not watertight, so I don't wear them on wet days, but anyway. I figured, and like I said, I wear things out. I just don't throw them out. I figured I might as well fix it up as long as I can and get the use out of it that I can, and then heave them out. And why wear out my new ones if I can use those ones? And I know what some of you are going to say, but anyway, that's just the way I am. Anyhow, as my aunt used to say, who has passed away now, she used to say, I don't know how people get along that are wasteful. She always said that for some reason. Well, that's the way it is. And I certainly try not to be wasteful, because it's too expensive nowadays. You just can't throw stuff out. So, what else are we going to do here? Oh, yeah. We did make some, I did do some work on the trailer. I fixed up the lights and things like that, and I had shackles that were tipped the wrong way. So I have to thank Kenny at Open Air Adventure for that tip on how to get them straightened out. It was a very easy process. So what else did we do? Oh, yes. Well, I better show that, I guess, in this here. Some of you know about the leaking beeping chainsaw, and some of you don't if you're new to the channel. I bought this chainsaw a year ago in April of 2023. And it didn't work right, and bogging and quitting and leaking burr oil, and holy cats, it was just nasty. Brand new saw. So the fella couldn't fix the leak, but he did kind of get it to work pretty good for got the bog and all that kind of stuff out of it. But leak, holy cats, you put oil in it, I think it leaked out faster than you were putting it in. So he tried to fix it and it didn't work. So I tried to fix it and I did get it fixed for 2 days and then it started leaking again. And I'm telling you, you could set the saw down somewhere and within a day or two you'd have a 3 to 4 inch puddle underneath it. And I just got fed up with it. So I had it sitting down on top of that cabinet, right in that corner. And I realized that I wanted to get it out of there because I can store more wood there. It was kind of in the way there. And that was where it was going to stay, and I was never going to use the thing again. But I did have to move it because I want to put wood there. So I have now got the final resting place for the leaking, beeping chainsaw. There we are. Never to be moved again by me. $900 saw, and I'm telling you, boy, that thing. Well, that's just a long story. Anyway, that's it. That's where it's staying, and I'm done with thinking about it. I'm going to get the zoom back in here. Come on, zoom, let's work. Zoom, 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 zoom there. All right, there we go. I think we got her. All right, so that happened this week. What else happened? Well, I'm kind of starting to run to the things that happened, I guess, or what I was going to do. But anyway, next week I'm hoping to get back at the woodworking. You know, I spent pretty near a month, maybe 3 weeks on that trailer, which it needed to be done, and that's fine. But I got other things to do. I was going to hoping to paint it this year, but I got to get back at the other stuff because the time's going. What else are we going to do here? I think that's going to be about it. I'm just going to conclude her up here, and we'll do a little bit of this here. Look at all them nice channels there. They're a great bunch of channels. Grampy's Workshop. He had a video there. I'm going to try and find myself a pointer. This old fellow doesn't like getting bent over. Trying to get in there to show you which one I'm talking about. So let's try this thing here. Here's a magnet and a telescopic mirror. All right, so Grampy's Workshop here. Grampy had a video there on, oh dear, here I go trying to remember. Anyway, some kind of footwear that he was using and quite interested in, and he did a great video on that. Fitwear, I think it was called, or something like that. And he did a real good video on that, and those kind of interest me, that's for sure. And Mr. Gary at GBL, he also did a video on those this past week too. And he and his wife were wearing them, so that's a good thing. So they must be good products. If Grampy's Workshop approved, and Mr. Gary and Miss Betty approved, so they must be good products. And orange is my new green. What was Luke doing? Luke was doing some bird's eye maple tables. Boy, he made some nice job of that. Yeah, that's nice woodworking. That's something that I can't do. And what else we got going here? Murphy Mowers. Only cats I can't remember now. He had a video out there. Murphy Mowers. I don't remember. Sorry, Lee. I can't remember which video you had out. And we have Len's keeping busy. I say Len is always busy by the way he stacks his wood here. Garden tractor boy, haven't seen anything from Joseph lately, the last week or two, sort of, I guess. He's a busy boy there with his studies and all that stuff, and he did say that he was going to be away from YouTube for a while, so his other things that he's doing certainly are important. And we have Boda Bob in the backyard with Dell. Oh yes, Dell was going to paint his chrome hubcaps that he has for his David Bradley, and he started to paint them and didn't like that, so that was the end of that. Right quick, off come the paint, and it was going to be just going to stay chrome now. There's no more of that, so. All right, so now we have Kenny at Open Air Adventure, and Dave at RCAF Polar Express. Dave has been working hard on his basement, getting it fixed up. Maintenance with Mike. Had a video out just watched about a half hour ago on fixing his top link on his Kubota tractor. I guess he bent something on it and had to fix it. Another one I just watched just before Maintenance with Mike was Brock at Lewis Mowers and Boats. Did a great job on fixing up the John Deere tractor, painted the deck, painted the tractor. Nice job, Brock. And then we have Gravely Man Small Engine Repair. And then we have, his name is Artie. And then we have Craig at Everyday Projects. Craig is doing something there on his Volvo. I am not sure. I didn't watch it yet, so I think it was to do with changing a coolant container, I think. And then Rick at Twin Brook Acres. Because it's so hot, Rick put out a video on blowing snow. So kind of cooled everybody off. And it was kind of neat, but it was still kind of nasty to watch. And now that reminds me that Artie did the same thing. He had his Gravely C8, I think, a 73 C8 Gravely. He had it out plowing and did the same idea. Because it was so hot, he figured it was a good idea to watch plow and snow video, which true, yes, but still nasty. Nasty snow. I don't like snow. So anyway, this fella here, he doesn't know nothing, so don't worry about him. Rick at Rick's Outdoors. Rick and Donita are still not doing too much woodwork because it's too hot down there. It's hotter there than it is here. But they are into doing replanting of their gardens out in front of the house. So that's the last two videos they've been doing that. So, and lucky me, I won a cup from them. I got drawn for a cup there on Thursday. So, and the cup has got the same logo on it, Rosie's outline with Rick Outdoors and YouTube on it. So that's kind of neat. That's the first time I ever won something. And we have Retired for Life. He's busy. I haven't been watching too many of his videos lately. There's just been too many videos to watch lately. So, all great videos, though. So I'll get to them someday. What else we got here? Outdoors in the 608. And I didn't see a video this morning yet from Jeremiah. He usually has one Sunday morning. But Tucker and I out and about, and Cod Raven. Brian is out in his kayak, doing some kayaking and cooking. Big Son's cutting grass. Allen family Firewood are a busy pair there. The videos are going to be a little bit less for a while, I guess, so there's too many things to do. So That's all right. Dog father, Jeff, is busy. He and his wife are busy with the wood. He had a video there where he just went and picked up. Somebody was selling wood, so he bought the wood and was going to resell it. So that's a good thing to do. And then we have Daryl Wells. Daryl's had quite a few videos here lately too. I just can't seem to get to everybody's videos to watch. Father and Son Outdoors, and John and Bradley's on Catbird Hill. And what else? Larry Cluck has got a video out that I haven't watched yet. Ross on the Land has a video out today that I haven't watched yet. Alan and Plum Dora, he has a video out there this week that I didn't watch yet. So it's hard to keep up with all the videos. They're all great videos, but it's maybe a little bit easier in the wintertime to watch all the videos. Anyway, there you go. That's what's going on with all the channels that I've got stickered up here. And we don't have any new stickers to put up, so that seems to have dropped off. I don't know if that is the way with everybody else, but you don't seem to see the stickers going up so much anymore. Anyway, that's the way it goes. So I have to thank everybody for watching and following along. Thanks very much for doing that, and thanks to the new subscribers, and hopefully you kind of get a kick or an interest out of my videos. They're not always about the same thing sometimes, but I try to change them up a bit. Well, I don't try to, I guess I don't think about changing them up. I just video stuff that I do every other day, so it's just stuff that goes on. So the videos are sometimes long, mostly long. Anyway, 30 minutes or so is usually what I try to stick it to. And some go longer, some are shorter. Some are about wood, and some are about garden tractors, and some are about other things. Anyhow, now I'm starting to ramble and go on foolish, so I'm going to wrap her up at that. What I'm going to do for the rest of the day, it's going to be warm today. Might have to go and find an ice cream stand somewhere. Yeah, that's an idea. All right, so have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing. Try and stay cool if you're in the heat. And we'll chat with you all later. Bye now.